Hello, and welcome to another episode of Citadel Guard Adventures. This is Beriathan of the Citadel Guard of Gondor, and let us talk to Herobrand. Let's see what he needs.
There is no lack of things to be done.
I fear that outcome, but I'm grateful for the truth. I vow to find whoever killed my wife and father and rout the evil from this city. It is time my advisors and I discuss our plan. We must discover who was behind the attack and reclaim my seat in the meat hall. If I return now, I feel it might become my tomb, as it almost did before. The advisors are on their way here and the council meeting should begin in a few moments.
Herobrand meets with his advisors to discuss the actions that they should take in response to the assault upon the Mead Hall of Woodhurst.
Alright, so let us attend the council. Okay, enough pictures, I guess.
These are desperate times for the Rohirrim.
The council has gathered and the time has come to discuss our actions in response to the attack. We must attempt to secure Woodhurst and find a way to protect our people. There is something malevolent working against us here. Good, everyone has arrived. It is time to begin. I want you to thank you three for saving Beriathan and me during the attack. We would have died with my wife and father if not for your quick thinking. These injuries will heal, but I still live to see that this city does not fall. We must find those who killed my family. But who is our enemy? We could not determine who those men were. They looked like men from Woodhurst, though none of their faces were familiar. Is anyone safe, if we cannot even keep the meat hall secure? Not to interrupt, but do we know this warden can be trusted? I would not have invited Beriathan to the council if I thought doing so would risk our safety. Given the events of late, I simply feel it isn't wise to put trust in this newcomer. I meant no offense. It may be wise to speak with the guards around the city to see if they have seen suspicious activity. I am not convinced that this is as wise as it may seem. The night we were attacked, 2 guards stood watch outside the meat hall. Yet I saw no guards assist our struggle, nor were they injured or dead outside the door. Their absence is suspicious, and I am not sure the guards can be trusted. We must start somewhere. I agree we should see if the guards might help point us in the right direction. If those sworn to protect us went missing, that is troubling. We should discuss this with the captain. Trouble seems to be brewing in the lower quarters of Woodhurst. Are the Dunlendings there suspected to be behind this attack? No, the Dunlending are our brothers too. We have long lived together in peace here. We could just as easily blame the Rohirrim, whom I'm sure are enthralled with us for letting the city become so dangerous for them. Speaking of which, do any remain or have they all left? Is that not suspicious? Enough! Bickering about this will get us nowhere. We have nothing to base our suspicions on any particular people. I want to catch whoever is behind this, but we should not jump to conclusion. We will see what the guards and the captain have to say. Yes, my rave. Alright, completed. We will speak again shortly once the others have departed. I may not know you well, but you told me of my family and of the scene at the meat hall when the others would not. I believe you have earned my trust.
I have need of your help.
I believe I may trust the council as they were always loyal to my father Hedemon. However, I have doubts regarding some of their motivations. Arwen's observation about the missing guards is very troubling. Had they been there to help, my family might still live. Nevertheless, I believe that speaking with the guards who remain at their posts will yield our best chance of discovering the source of the attack. Agility, vitality, morale, finesse. Agility, vitality, morale, finesse. Yeah, let us take that.
There is no lack of things to be done.
I cannot understand why Elda will not trust you. I believe he is concerned for me. He was my father's advisor and is set in his ways, but I am a good judge of character and you seem trustworthy. Arnwee's observation is troubling and we should be careful not to divulge too much information to the guards. Please speak with Thurford, captain of the guard, about the 2 men posted at the meat hall and if they have seen anything suspicious lately. Alright. So let me turn back the quest ranks really quick. Alright, so first of all, let us, oh my god, equip this, the Warden shield that we got, critical defense, agility, vitality, finesse rating, critical rating. Yeah, let us take this. Looking good. Okay. Now let us look for the captain of the guard. Let us also look for a vendor, or what can we do to free up some backspace, maybe? Getting rid of these furs? Captain of the guard is right over here.
I am afraid of what is happening to these lands.
The 2 men I entrusted with the protection of the meat hall are gone. They have not been seen for days and we assume they had left for the war, or riches elsewhere, or both. I have seen nothing suspicious, but I have orders to give and may not have noticed. The guards around town may have more to offer.
I do not know if we will survive this onslaught.
There has been nothing suspicious here. They go about their duty, but the miners are tense with worry about war being so close by. The Rohirrim seem to be losing this war, and some believe the Stone Danes are better suited to separate from Rohan, that it should be ruled by its own people and not some fallen king from a far-off land. While some believe that we should go in with the Dunlendings and ally with a White Hand. So it's to be expected that some people believe it. But still kinda disappointing nonetheless.
These are desperate times for the Rohirrim.
You have to come just in time. You just missed a party of men that I believe are up to no good. They appear to be following one of the stable hands at this table, and they followed him around the corner. He has not come back, and I am worried that they might have hurt or killed him. His heritage is mainly a Rohirrim, and the party following him were troublemakers from the lower part of the city. Please check on him.
These are desperate times for the Rohirrim.
The man who works the horses in the field behind the stable looked like he was being followed by a group of men. They were from the lower part of the city, which means they are likely up to no good. I have been instructed by the captain to leave them alone, but I fear for the stable hand. Please go around the corner and see if he is alright.
I am afraid of what is happening to these lands.
Not many come and go through this gate these days. Occasionally, a wagon of supplies is sent to Rockbridge to aid in their defense. Otherwise, it is rather quiet here. Smoke rises in the distance and looks to be coming from south of Rockbridge. I worry for that fair town and for our leaders, Herubrand and Herefara, who went to aid in its defense. Let's look here on the back of the stables. Ah, this guy.
I do not know if we will survive this onslaught.
I did not see them coming. Thank you for dispatching them. I am not certain I can stand just yet. Will more of them come to harass me? My leg is hurt badly and I think I could use a splint and some bandages. Could you please see if the healer in the shop nearby has any supplies to spare? Jump? Okay. Now, there is one more guard in here.
These are desperate times for the Rohirrim.
I have noticed nothing unusual, though the lands beyond this gate can be dangerous at times. Rohirrim and downlanding roots run deep through Woodhurst, and the lands ahead have the strongest downlanding influence. Those who live beyond here do not keep hidden their wishes that the Stone Deans were part of Downland. With tensions rising, it would be wise for Rohirrim and their supporters to avoid that place. We'll avoid that for as much as we can, but at some point we'll need to get there. There's no other way around it.
I do not know if we will survive this onslaught.
Nothing suspicious happens around this gate. Farmers are busy tending the fields, and two Rohirrim left recently with their wagon pack. You are looking for the two who once guarded the meat hall? I was good friends with them, but not after what I did. I never wished to speak ill of friends, but they swore off their duty to those they were pledged to protect. And if the rumors are true, good people lost their lives because of it. They can usually be found at the inn nearby.
These are desperate times for the Rohirrim.
The two who once guarded the meat hold, Mana and Skurpa, are well known at the inn nearby. If you wish to find them, you should probably start there. However, they may be trying to remain unnoticed after abandoning their duty. Wouldn't be surprised if they do.
These are desperate times for the Rohirrim.
Oh, how awful, that poor man. I have some supplies in a spare pack, which I save for emergencies. I have extra, so I can part with it without much concern. Please take it and use whatever you need to help him. Alright. And the inn. Just around this corner. Mana and Skurpa do not appear to be here at the moment.
I am afraid of what is happening to these lands.
I know the two you are looking for, but I have not seen them come by for a few days. There is another inn in town, but they cater to poorer folk. That inn would put me out of business with their cheap swill if my patrons dared to enter it. I hear only trouble goes in there, so be wary. It is by the pond in Lower Woodhurst. That is our next stop, but we also need to find some of the guards. Maybe here atop the meat hall. Now, something else that is important to noticing here is that you can go behind the meat hall and climb this hill that you see there on the back. You will eventually come to find one of the raid bosses that you need for the Monster or Madness quest. We're not doing that just yet.
I am afraid of what is happening to these lands.
Eh? I have seen naught out of the ordinary. With Hedobrand gone for Brockbridge, the door is locked and nobody has been up here until you came. It is too quiet up here. I miss my old post. I once was stationed down near the mine where I could listen to some of the men talk about their distrust of Rohirrim and that Hedobrand was a fool to support them. There are terrible rumors about the Rohirrim going around. I can't imagine. Yeah, we really need to be looking for the truth. And hopefully we will find it soon. Jump. Okay.
These are desperate times for the Rohirrim.
Thank you, Beriathan. I must be more aware. The ruffians seem to come out of nowhere. Will their friends come to finish what they began? You will not always be around to protect me, and it seems that I cannot rely upon the guards. Some of the others have been leaving town, and I may have to follow if I wish to stay alive. Alright, so we now need to go to Lower Woodhurst, enter the tavern by the pond. It's actually this one to the right. You feel dark eyes locked upon you the moment you walk through the door.
I do not know if we will survive this onslaught.
What do you want? Aye, you heard the truth. We abandoned our post at the meat hall. The captain kept going on about us being his favorites, but he posted us at the treaty hall. Nothing ever happens at the meat hall. He would barely even pay us. He wanted us out of the way, and now here we are.
These are desperate times for the Rohirrim.
Aye, we abandoned the captain, but not our duty to Woodhurst. The captain does not have Woodhurst's best interest at heart. We follow the man who could and will save the people. The captain distrusts Heremont and Hildebrand, and is more concerned about putting himself in a position of power. The man we now owe our allegiance to would likely want to meet you. Besides, he is willing to pay us. Captain only flipped a coin our way when it suited him.
These are desperate times for the Rohirrim.
The man I now work for is very influential in Woodhurst. He is the most successful merchant in the region. He owns the mines outside of the city, and his trade was unmatched until the White Hand cut off the southern routes. As a guard, I was seldom given the chance to truly protect people, yet that is why I became one. I am now afforded the opportunity, and I get paid for it. Givemund may offer you a similar opportunity if you speak with him in the ore refinery near the center of town. Now that we are here... I think at some point, the original quest in the Stone Dens will have you fight some of these guys, but might take a little while for that to happen. We completed a deed, Dunlending, Slayer of the Westemnet. So there's that, at least, the tier 1. And with this, we can also advance the epic. So I think we're gonna advance this a little bit more, but then go back to the Broadacres. Here we have the Slayer deed we just completed. Some reputation. He advanced here, and 5 LOTRO points as well. Now the refinery is just over here.
I do not know if we will survive this onslaught.
Ah, so you are the man I have heard much about. The one who gets things done. I have need of a man like that. Have you come to join my cause for a free Woodhurst? Free from Rohirrim demands for support, free from the Dunlending's ill will from being exiled, and free from the war that will surely change the land. The guards here seem to offer little protection, and travel from Lower Woodhurst is causing problems at my mine. Would you be willing to teach them a lesson? Okay, this one was it. The one we were supposed to be doing alongside the epic. For the Dunlendings we needed to fight again. So let us do that really quick. These guys will take a little while to respawn on the list. We can grab some of these chests while we wait for them. There we go. Back to Gifemont it is, really quick. So these guys respawn, but they will not attack you on sight. They will be content with just threatening you. You of course cannot stay too close for too long, or they will attack you, but it's good that you have some leeway, at least.
I do not know if we will survive this onslaught.
You did well, but bear this in mind. Their ill will cannot be easily contained when a people like the Dunlendings have been exiled and oppressed as long as they have. Word travels swiftly in this city, and I have heard that you handled that little problem well. You and I may be able to do great things, should you choose to join me.
These are desperate times for the Rohirrim.
It is important that the people of Woodhurst feel safe again. I think safety is something that I can provide. It is known that the guards are struggling to maintain control and will sometimes avert their eyes when they should not. I can provide protection to those who want it and have something to offer in return. Please, speak with the shop owners of Woodhurst on my behalf. Shop owners. Okay, let us look for them.
These are desperate times for the Rohirrim.
The two were bribed to leave their post? That is unacceptable. I will inform the others that they should be arrested on sight. Loyalty is not what it once was. We are sworn to protect the people, and most of all the Reeve. They were my most trusted men and were posted at the Reeve's door. I will not soon forget this betrayal.
I am afraid of what is happening to these lands.
The guards have not received monies for some time now, and I can barely pay them in. I cannot purchase arms or supplies. Why is it that Reeve Herman thinks the city can be protected with nothing? I have brought this to his advisors and was dismissed. Perhaps you can help. My men are busy with their duties to Woodhurst, but I could use someone to gather supplies from the wildlife around the city. I need hides, bear claws, goat hooves, and venison.
I am afraid of what is happening to these lands.
It is an interesting offer, and one I must consider. It is true that the guards do not seem able to protect us, but I wonder what price he will demand when the time comes. He is a wise merchant, and this service will not be free. I accept, though I may regret this decision someday. I only hope the price is not too high when he comes to collect it. Suspicious, but accepts the offer. What does this mean, I wager?
I'm afraid of what is happening to these lands.
It seems Gifemund has concern for our safety, but at the same time I believe he has other intentions. He may be able to use this against me someday, but I will accept this offer. I would rather be alive and healthy and be indebted to him than otherwise.
Our mission is dire.
You are not the first Gifemund has sent here with offers. He is conniving, and I want nothing to do with it. He is a powerful man, but he is also a wealthy man with a greedy heart. How can I trust his judgment, especially with my life or shop on the line? I will trust the guards.
Will you aid the Horse Lords?
Are you here to threaten me too? I mean no offense to you, Warden. You seem of a better kind than the last fool Gifemund sent with his offer. I cannot trust him or the guards. What are we to do if we cannot afford to leave and cannot trust those who should protect us? Where is Reef Heremon to put an end to this? So 50-50. Not a bad balance, I would say, to Gifemund. But I don't think he will agree with me. Let us bring word to this. Of this to him. The refinery should be here. Ah no! We actually bring news of this to Herobrand, not Gifemund. That's better. My bad, but well, let us go back to him.
I have need of your help.
This is not only an offer of protection, it is leverage to obtain what he wants. From what we have heard, Gifemund speaks true when he says that the guards are not doing enough, and my own family was but one example of that. This offer of protection is dubious at best, and is likely only a bid for power.
The Dunlendings cannot defeat us, me and my son. We are invincible.
You have done well, my friend. Soon this land will be free of their clutches. My son and I will do what we can against the Dragluth, for they cannot defeat us. Herobrand smiles at your puzzled expression. I speak not in riddles, Beriathan, and do not exaggerate my prowess or that of my heir. The Dunlendings cannot defeat us. We are invincible. Let us grab these boots, yeah. Critical rating finesse, yeah, let us grab this.
It is true. An old soothsayer lives among the mounds and speaks words of prophecy.
She has foretold that I will die at Orcish hands, as will my firstborn son. Herobrand laughs boisterously. Never before has knowledge of coming death been so welcome, Beriathan. For if it may be my fate to die at Orcish hand, well, no Dunlending will be able to land a hand upon me. Thus far it has proven so. Speak to your companions, and if they agree to the journey, I will bring you before the soothsayer Hildegard. Perhaps she will read your fate as well. Perhaps, that remains to be seen. But now that we have completed chapter 8, we can go back to the Broadacres and finish the quest line in there. We are missing that on one hand, because there is also a trade point waiting for us by doing so. But first, let us talk to Gifemon. Do we talk to Gifemon now? Let us write to the Broadacres actually.
These are desperate times for the Rohirrim.
Let us take that chance now that we can take it. So you will see in just a moment why the game asks you to complete the epic before you can continue the other quest lines in Stoke. But I still think there's got to be an easier way of doing this. A much cleaner way of doing this, because it feels all over the place between these and the evacuation to Down Harrow that you can only do after you complete the epic in Stoke. It's all over the place. I will give you my peace of mind on that in just a moment.
Welcome. Stay a moment and speak with me.
Ah, Beriathan. The Rift does not seem encouraged by our success. However, I know exactly what she needs to raise her spirits. I am going to suggest a feast in celebration of our victory. What do you think? Perhaps she would listen if you were to broach the subject.
What brings you to these lands?
A feast? Beriathan, I am not certain that we have cause to celebrate, or I am not certain that we truly succeeded in our venture. Will you join us for the feast, Beriathan? You should be our honored guest. So you are not convinced, but you're gonna do it anyway.
Frithil's misgivings with the victory at Baal Doram, Thane Ordlach has prompted her to hold a celebration feast.
Your aid is welcome, friend.
Hail, Beriathan! I am pleased that you were able to join us for this feast. While I remain uneasy about the outcome, I find that I am able to, for the moment, put aside my worries. You and Ordlach have my gratitude for this respite. Please, join the festivities. We are wasting time, but Frithil should not be sitting in this hall drinking, but leading her people against the enemy. She is a wise woman. Perhaps my own Thane is known for celebration amid ruin. May I have your attention, friends? We are able to enjoy this feast in peace due to the heroics of Frithil. Praise your mock with me in her honor. Mother! Frithil has collapsed.
Welcome, my friend.
Beriathan, go fetch some water from the table over there. Water, okay, this one. Face target, for God's sake.
Your aid is welcome.
Alas, my friend, it is too late. Frithil has gone from us. Frithbert is now Reef of the Broadacres. Take the children from here and summon someone to care for Frithil's body. Frithil fell to treachery. So that's why you need to complete chapter 8 before you can advance the questline, because Frithil will phase out. So I think this is better to what happens in the Eastemnet, because in East Rohan, even after you complete the Battle of Hydefold and a lot of people die, they would still be found in their meat holes because they are also part of the epic. The most prominent example being Reef Athelwood, that you can still see at the meat hole of Cliving. So this works better than having the character die and still show up at the meat hole, but I still think there was a cleaner way of doing this. I don't know how hard would it have been, for example, if one of the Frithil's men or even one of her sons were to give you chapter 8, if you decide to cancel the quest, or if you get it after doing the landscape quest, and maybe make that quest unable to fail, unable to be cancelled. Have chapter 8 finished as soon as you enter Woodhurst, so instead of talking to Hildebrand, you just talk to Horn, something like that, because the gap in between the previous questline and this one is too big, in my opinion. In any case, Frithhild has died, so now we need to talk to Ortlag.
Our mission is dire.
The Acres lost a great leader today, my friend, but we cannot allow grief to overwhelm us. We must show strength for the sake of the people of Stoke. However, the children must be given the opportunity to mourn their mother. I have ordered that a funeral be held for Frithhild. Agility, Vitality, Finesse, critical rating. Okay, let us take that. Oh, not enough space, I swear. Let us equip this one, then these boots that we have in here. And yeah, I think we can do without this Mathlon.
The Rohirrim will need your aid.
Beriathan, my friend. A shadow of gloom has fallen over the people of Stoke, especially Frithhild's children. We must rebuild their hope. Will you join me at Frithhild's house to honor her passing? It would mean much to the children, I am sure. I believe your presence will assuage the children's hurt a little. Thank you.
To appease the grief of Reeve Frithild's children, Thane Ordlac has chosen to hold a private and unsettlingly cheerful funeral for the late Reeve of the Broadacres.
Here we have the poor children mourning their mother. It's gotta be really hard on them. Can you imagine losing your mother at that young of age? Fortunately, that's not my case, but poor children.
What business have you with the Rohirrim?
I am glad that you are able to join us, my friend. I am sure that Frithhild would have wished it. Let us begin. My friends, we are here to pay tribute to a great woman. Frithhild has passed from our fellowship, but let us not view her passing with mourning. Rather, let us celebrate her valor and courage. Beriathan, will you bring Frithhild's shield and lay it upon her? Frithhild was trained as a shield maiden of Rohan. And though it has been hundreds of years since our womenfolk went to war, she was no less skilled in the art. She was in truth a shield of great strength against the evils of our time. Let us honor her for this. Beriathan? What do I need to do? Talk to the Thane.
Our mission is dire.
Beriathan, will you bring Frithhild's sword and place it as well upon her in honor? Frithhild was a great swordswoman, and the fool learned this through many forays. Though her allies fell around her, she stood strong in the face of great evil. Indeed, not only was she the shield of the Broadacres, but she was its sword of vengeance. Let us honor her for this. I beg your pardon, Thane, and mean no offense to you, but these words are hollow and are of no comfort. I take no offense, I assure you. It is understandable that you grieve. I would assume we need to talk to Ortlag now, but let's take one last look at the poor reef. Datsik, it's also here, okay.
What business have you with the Rohirrim?
My thanks to you for bringing honor to Frithhild. It means much to her children. However, before we adjourn, I must make one pronouncement, and you should be a witness to it. Before we adjourn, I must make known Frithhild's last wishes. As Frithberg has not yet come of age and Saint Thordak perished in Thorsbury, I am regent of the Broadacres and protector of Frithhild's children. Of these, Beriathan was a witness to, as we we're all present here. Did I miss something? When did she say that?
There is so much danger. I am afraid.
Good Warden, did our mother truly proclaim Thane Ordlac as our regent? This is most horrible. I cannot say why, but Ordlac makes me uneasy. He always seems friendly and cheerful, but he makes light even of sad things.
Are the orcs going to eat us?
I am frightened, Beriathan. Thane Ordlac smiles very much, but I do not like his eyes. There is no kindness in his eyes. He looks at us strangely, and it frightens me.
Our mission is dire.
Thane Ordlac has instructed me to keep the children in seclusion. I am sure you understand that with their mother dead and Fritbert not yet old enough to assume his title, they are in danger. You never found a traitor in Osserley, you know. As much as I dislike you, you have proven a trusted friend to the Broadacres. However, even you will not be allowed to speak with the children again without Thane Ordlac's leave. Good day to you. I believe you were dismissed.
What brings you to these lands?
Do you think it was too soon for me to declare my regency? The children seem distressed. Surely they must understand that someone must lead their people until such time as Fritbert comes of age. Ah, Beriathan, I must confess that I do not have much experience with children. Young Fritbert seems to be bearing up fairly well, though I dare say he has taken a disliking to me. However, there seems no end to his sister's tears. Would you speak with Fritbert and learn if there is something that might be done to comfort her? I simply do not think I can bear this whipping another moment.
Are the orcs going to eat us?
Thane Ordlac only feigns concern. He cares not for me and my sister. Look how he has treated the helm of my honored father. It has been tossed upon the floor. He is bold to take the seat where my father's helm has sat for as long as I can remember. I suppose there is naught I can do. Perhaps if you could bring Engifu to the meat hall, she might comfort Edhild. She was told to remain at my mother's house. Oh yeah, there is the helmet. Unceremoniously tossed aside. But that's not cool, Ordlac, not good at all. Alrighty, so back to Frithild's house. Let us look for Engifu. Alfred, the guard at Frithild's house, has been replaced by soldiers from Osserley. He should be found somewhere in Stoke, perhaps the inn. Let us go to the inn here in Stoke. I think from all the towns we have met thus far, this is one of the most hard-hitted, alongside with hers.
What business have you with the Rohirrim?
Ah, so you have begun to see Ordlac's heavy hand. Kenneth and Datsik sent me away and replaced me with Ordlac's men. The Rift's men are being displaced throughout Stoke. Many are being sent on hopeless forays against the invaders. Mark my words, Beriathan, Ordlac is trouble. If you want an explanation, you will have to ask Ordlac yourself. What does he have to say, I wonder? Beriathan, why are you troubling me with trivial matters? Did Fritbert not send you to retrieve the children's governess? I must beg your pardon for Kennel's stiff neck. He was only following my instructions not to allow anyone into Frithild's house to trouble the governess. It appears that I was mistaken. Kennel reports that the old woman was so overcome by grief that she threw herself from the second floor and perished. It is terrible.
Our success depends upon our strength.
As well, Frithild's physician, Wingar, has asked to speak with you at the inn. He seemed quite distraught, but would not tell me what concerned him. I was forced to remove him from his service, but I suppose it is understandable that he does not yet trust me. When you learn what he has to say, return to me, so that I may decide how best to treat with him. Okay, so back at the inn. So here you can see both this portion of the quest in Stoke and what we have seen in Woodhurst thus far. What I told you about, in West Rohan there is a lot of back and forth between locations and quest givers. They will tell you something and then you would go back to the other one. Woodhurst especially suffers from this, and it feels a lot like paddling. So I'm not a fan of this quest design.
What brings you to these lands?
Are you Beriathan, the one who aided Reef Frithild? That is well. I wished for you to know that I inspected the wine cup from which the Rift drank at the celebration and found a small amount of poison therein. I did not wish to speak of this with Saint Ortlag, for he has been quick to dismiss the thoughts, feelings, and opinions of all around him. Perhaps you could bring him proof of this treachery. I have heard rumor that there have been a few strangers in town recently. Perhaps one of these brought the poison.
Will you aid the Horse Lords?
Indeed, I did see a stranger in town recently. He was one of those half-bloods. At first I thought he was one of Thane Ordulag's retinue, perhaps a kinsman of Datsig, but he left quickly, shortly before the celebration feast. He departed out the northeast gate on horseback. You might be able to find him yet if you hurry. Northeast gate. Let us look for that one. That's right now. So this farm, it seems? No. Where is Grimlock then? Ah, here. Defeated Grimlock. Search Grimlock's body. Let us see. A vial of poison. So yeah, let us go back to the Thane, bring news of this to him. What else will he say? We'll see in just a moment.
Will you aid the Horse Lords?
Why, this is the same poison that the man who tried to murder my wife used. I am truly sorry that I did not consider that Frithild's death might have been murder. These treacherous brigands must be dealt with at once. We shall not brook villainy.
Will you aid the Rohirrim?
Beriathan, I bid you ride out to the northeast gate and seek those Grimlock's companions, of which I have no doubt he has many. Strike them down, then return to me. We shall not brook such villainy. Well, this seems like a reasonable place to end today's episode. Join me next time and we'll continue fighting the brigands and investigating Frithild's murder. For the time being, this has been all on today's episode of Citadel Guard Adventures. Thank you so much for watching, I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you on the next one. Until then, my friends, stay safe, take care, good luck to you all, and I will see you later.